Hello, and today we'll be checking the WooCommerce purchase order plugin that basically helps out the WooCommerce platform-based web store owners to manage the inventory for their products. Now, as we know that the purchase management is an activity of sourcing products from different suppliers. So now the admin can perform purchase management functions to create the orders, the purchase orders, requests for the quote, managing the incoming shipments, and can also update the product information very easily using this plugin. That's the purchase order for the WooCommerce platform-based web stores. So the admin just can easily manage the product inventory using this plugin either manually or automatically as per the configuration that has been set in the product configuration setting in the admin backend panel. And whenever the stock goes low, at that time automatic purchase order is created, and the rest can be done manually. So I'll be showing you the workflow of the admin's end for the same. And before we proceed further, please do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon to receive the latest updates, and do give this particular video a thumbs up if you like the video. So first of all, I'll be taking you to the admin backend panel, and we'll be checking out the initial configuration settings required just after the proper installation of this plugin within your WooCommerce store. So for that, let me take you to the admin backend panel, and I'll be logging into my admin account by entering my username and my password. So right now, after you've successfully installed this particular plugin, you'll have this purchase management side menu option on the left hand side. And under that, we have different options to configure, like quotations, purchase orders, incoming shipments, manage suppliers, and configuration. You can also navigate to the configuration to make the initial configurations first. So let me tap here in the configuration option. Now here we have three different options to choose from. So the very first option that you see here is basically to enable or disable the automatic procurement. And if you want to make use of the automatic procurement, at that time you need to enable this. Otherwise, if you disable this, then the manual procurement needs to be done by the web store admin. Then we have the procurement method. So here we have two options for the procurement method. One is manually, so the products can be procured manually or automatically as well. And lastly, we have a default prefix, and this prefix would be used during the quotation increment number generation. So whatever you've entered here would be the default prefix for your at the time of quotation increment number generation. And lastly, you just need to tap here on the save changes button to make the initial configuration settings. Now let's go through each of the rest of the options here. So first of all, let's go to the manage suppliers. Then we'll be coming to the rest of the options as well. So under the manage supplies, the admin would be able to add new suppliers and can also delete them by taking the action here, move to trash, and then tapping here on the apply button after selecting the respective sellers or the suppliers basically. Apart from that, the admin can also manage each of the created suppliers by tapping the manage button under the actions column. To add a new supplier, you just need to tap here on the add new button at the top, and that will bring up the section wherein we'll be able to fill in the details of the supplier itself. So here you can enter the name of the supplier, the email, his company, his tax and VAT number. So all of these are the required fields here. And then you'll have to enter the supplier's website, the gender of the supplier, his street address, city, state, country, postal code, and the telephone. And lastly, you just need to tap here in the save button to save this newly created supplier under this particular manage suppliers section. So let's go back to the manage suppliers section. So after you've entered, you just need to tap here in the save at the end to create a new supplier. To go back, you can also tap here in the suppliers button that we've provided, and that brings up the list of the complete suppliers there. Now here you can also manage any of the created suppliers. To do so, just tap here in the manage button for the respective supplier. And basically that would bring up these different tabs here. One is the details, products, quotations, and the purchase orders. So under the details, we have the name, email, and the rest of the things that we use while creating a new supplier. Then if we go to the product section, we'll have all of the products that have been assigned to this particular seller with the name of the product, the minimal quantity required, lead time in days, the priority of the products there, and the status for the same. Now going to the quotation section, here the admin can find the quotations that have been used from the source document, and here you can see that we have one of them itself here, and the source document was automatic. So from here the admin can check the quotation details by tapping here on the view link under the actions column for that particular seller. And then we have this quotation section wherein you can see that we have the option to notify the suppliers by email. We can also enter the comments. We can also update the quotations here. So here you can see the items ordered, their price, the quantity, subtotal. So these details are being visible here under the quotation section. So here you can also see the date of the quotation, the source document, order status, and the supply information on the right hand side. If the admin wants to confirm this particular quotation, then he can tap here on the confirm quotation button, and this would just transfer this particular quotation into the purchase order, and a mail would be sent out to the respective supplier there. So you can also delete any of the items that you've ordered there by tapping here on the delete button, and that would delete the items ordered within that particular quotation that that has been sent out. Or you can also change the quantity and update the same, and you can also enter the comments here and tap here in the submit comment button. Apart from that, you can also send the details by email by tapping here on the send by email button, and we also have one back button to go back to the quotations list. So let's go back to the quotations list. So this was under the manage suppliers basically, and under the quotation we have the quotation for this particular seller. And lastly, we have the purchase order that has been assigned to this particular supplier, along with the IDs of the orders, the source document, whether it was a manual one or it's automatic procurement of the products, the status, creation date, and the view option under the actions column to check that particular purchase order. Now after manage suppliers, now let's go back to the quotations section that we have here. Now here we'll be finding all of the quotations that have been set up. To add a new quotation, you can tap here in the add new button, and for example, if you want to create a new quotation, I can tap that add new quotation, and from here we'll be entering the name of the source for this particular quotation that we're going to create. And if the field is left empty, the source name would automatically become manual. So you need to choose, you need to enter whether it's a manual or an auto one. Then you are going to create a quotation, so you need to select a supplier as well. So for example, if I go with test, and for the supplier I'll be choosing one of the suppliers here, that's John Doe. And I'll now after I've chosen the particular supplier, I have the supplier details here, as you can see on the right hand side, while creating the quotation. Now from the select product, we can select the product that we want to assign to this particular basically seller for the quotation. So let's choose ship your idea 1. So you can see that particular product has come up here along with its price. So this particular price can also be added from the product edit pages, so I'll be showing you a moment from now. And here you'll have to enter your quantity that you want to procure, and thereafter you can tap here on the save button. You can also add multiple products from the drop down, so you just need to choose them up, and they'll be displayed here within the section here for the add quotation. Let's make it as 200, and let's make it as 500 for these. And lastly, you just need to tap here on the save button. So you can see that the quotation has been created successfully, and now that particular quotation has been listed under the quotations here. So here's the quotation that we have just created, Webkul PO13. So this was the prefix that we chose in the configuration settings that need to be added for the quotations there. And here we have the source document. I've just chosen test. You can choose it as manual or automatic, and the status, creation date, and we also have the actions column where we can view the particular quotation that we have created for the supplier, that's John Doe. So if I tap here in the view link under the actions column, we'll have this particular section bring up with the supplier information, the procurement or the quotation ID, Here we have the products. We can also delete the products if we want, and we can also enter the comments. For example, if I go for test 1 2 3, I can choose notify supplier by email, and then I can tap here on the submit submit comment button. So after I've created this particular one, now if I want to confirm this, so I'll just choose notify suppliers by email, enter the comment. I'll check the rest of the details, and then tap here on the submit comment button, and you can see that the comment has been added to this particular quotation that we have sent to the seller. Now the seller can also respond back, and that particular thing would be visible here under this section. And if the supplier gives a go, and the admin also wants to confirm the quotation, then he can tap here on the confirm quotation button that we have. So if I go and if I type here on the confirm quotation button, so on the prompt you can see that the action will convert the quotation into the purchase order. Are you sure you want to continue? So you'll just tap here on the OK button, and within a fraction of a second you can see that the quotation confirmed successfully. Now the admin can print the order from here, or can send out the details by email to that particular supplier. To print the order, you just need to tap here on the print order button, and that will bring up your section for printing. As you can see, here we have the items ordered, the supplier details, and top we have the order date along with the purchase order. So here you can choose your particular printer, and you can make a print out thereafter. So let's go back by tapping on the cancel button. So that's how we can basically create a quotation, and after creating the quotation we can convert it into a purchase order by tapping on the confirm button there. Now if I go to the purchase order section, you'll be able to see the same Webkul PO13. It was initially under the quotations when we just created it. Alright, and because we have confirmed that, so it has come under the purchase order now. So is the source test confirmed, and here we can see that we have the action under the action column we have the view link as well. Now whenever the incoming shipments for example, the admin has accepted it and he has confirmed the quote, so it has become a purchase order. Now whenever the supplier sends out the product, at that time the admin can check the incoming shipments under the incoming shipment section. So let's first check this particular section once again. Let's tap here on the wave link under the actions column. So here you can see that we have already confirmed it, so we only have the print order send by email option here visible. Okay, so now let's go back to our purchase order section. So we have the PO13 with test as the source document. Now we'll be going to the incoming shipments. So from here basically the admin can check the incoming shipments that have been okayed under the purchase order. From the drop down, the admin can delete any of the incoming shipments, can search the shipments using the search ID as well. So now this one is our incoming shipment. It has a different ID, IN/8. We can delete that as well. We can check the source ID of that particular one by opening it in another window or tapping here as well. And under the actions column, you can see that we have a view button for this particular shipment there. Now if I have tapped on this particular link under the source ID, then we'll again be redirected to the purchase order for that one to check the details. Let me cancel it out. So now we want to receive this particular incoming shipment, so I'll just tap here on the view link under the actions column, and here we are on the incoming shipment section. So we had orders these three different products from the supplier, and here's the date, the source. This is the purchase order that we had created. Order status is right now ready. Right hand side we have the supplier information, and here we have the quantity along with the received number. Now to receive the shipments, the admin just needs to tap here on the partial shipment button. So now it happens that maybe you got all of the three products there, but not the complete order quantity there. So if I get 50 for this, I got 90 for this, and I got 400 for this. Now I've received these packages and I've received a partial shipment, so I can tap here on the receive button, but another shipment would also be created for the rest of the quantity there. So if I tap here on the receive, otherwise if you have received all of the ordered quantities, you can fill those up accordingly, 100, 200 and 500, and you can make it as receive. So this is in the case of partial shipment receivement. So I'll just tap here on the receive, and then on the prompt, as you can see, are you sure, this action will set the status received and will create a new shipment if not completely received. So I'll just tap here on the OK button, and you can see that the shipment received successfully. A new shipment will be created if partially received. So now if we check here on the same page on the incoming shipment for the order INN for the source purchase order 13, as you can see here, we have received 50. Initially it was 0, 90 and 400. Now we can also make a comment and notify the seller for the same by choosing here, and we can enter that we have received a partial amount there, partial quantity, and I'll check this, and I'll just tap here on the submit comment, and this comment would be then mailed out to the respective seller. So the comment has been edited successfully. We have 50, 90 and 400. Now if I go back to the incoming shipment section, initially we had this one, the incoming shipment for the PO 13, the status is received, and the other one is now made as ready to receive, and the ID has been incremented by now 1, that's 9. Now if I tap here in the wave link under the actions column for the incoming shipment, you can see that now the left quantity that I need to receive is 50, 110 and 100. And similarly, now you can check that, enter your comment here, and thereafter you can just tap here in the submit comment button whenever you receive the particular shipment for the rest of the products there. So that was about the incoming shipments. We have gone through the manage suppliers as well already, and I've taken you through the configuration as well. Now let's see how we can set up the price of the product. And for that, I'll be going to products and all products. I'll just open that at another window. So this particular thing works, or the plugin works manually as well as automatically. So in the case of automatic, whenever the product stock becomes low, depending upon what you have set for the product there, at that time automatic purchase orders are created, and then you just need to go back to your incoming shipments. Let me take you once to the incoming shipments, and incoming shipments are also created automatically thereafter. I'm sorry for that, we have to go to the purchase order. For example, here you can see that we have the automatic source document, status is confirmed. So these are automatically created, manual ones have been manually created, purchase orders. And now if I go to the incoming shipments one again, and to the other one, if I tap here on the web link, we can see the rest of the details here, like 50, 100 and 110 and 100 need to be received. So now I can tap here in the partial shipment. I can enter the received amount now for the left ones, and after doing so, I can tap here on the receive button. Okay, we have received all of them now. Now this would be set as received now, as you can see, and the shipment received successfully. Now if I go back to the incoming shipments and tap here on the wave link, you'll see that now we'll have all of the data, all of the quantity received now, right? So that's how it works. Now I was going to show you the product section, so you can do it to another another product that you're just going to create, or to an already created product as well. So for example, if you have the Patient Ninja, so if I tap here on the edit link, will be on the edit product page. So I'll just need to scroll down. So from here, basically the admin can also assign the suppliers to the particular products as well. So for this one, Patient Ninja, I can assign multiple suppliers as well. So I'll just tap here in the suppliers, and to add a new one, we just need to tap here in the add new supplier. After choosing the supplier, we'll have to set up the minimal quantity, the lead time and the priority for the same. and we'll set the status as enabled. You can add multiple ones as per your own requirement there. So if I tap here in the add supplier button, let me scroll down. You can see that this is a new section. I'm sorry for that. I just need to scroll down a bit much more. All right, so here we have the choose supplier. So I can choose the supplier for this product. I can set the minimum quantity, the lead time in days, the priority, status as enabled. Now we can set up the cost rules as well. So from here we can set up the cost rule according to the quantity. So you can set the quantity and the cost price for this particular product. And if you want, you can also add more cost rows as per your own requirement, like 6 for 7 and thereafter. And then you just need to tap here in the update button to save the changes there, and this other particular supplier would also be added to this particular product there. To remove one, you can just tap on the remove and OK, and the supplier would be removed for this particular product. So for example, I have this one, I'll tap here and that one is also removed. If I tap here, this one will be also removed. Now if you go back to the suppliers, now you can again add more suppliers for this particular product, as I've already shown you how we can do that. And apart from that, so that was about how we can assign a supplier or multiple suppliers to a particular product in our WooCommerce platform based web store. Now let's see how we can manage the price for the manual procurement. And basically the admin will have to set the price of the product first for the manual procurement, and the admin can manage the price from the product page within the admin panel itself. So basically the admin can set the price of the product for the manual procurement. So for that, we'll just go to the prices section here, and here we'll be setting up the cost of the product there, and we'll be choosing the procurement method for this particular product that we have. So we can use the default configuration settings, automatic or manual. In manual, the admin will have to proceed with the same, and the automatic automatically creates the purchase order for the respective products there. So that was how we can manage the price for the manual procurement products there. And now let me show you the emails that the suppliers receive whenever the basically the purchase orders are created. So I've already told you, for example, if we have this one manual one, if I go and tap here on the web link for this particular quotation that we've created, when the admin and the seller are good to go, the admin can tap here in the confirm quotation button to confirm this particular quotation and to convert it into the purchase orders, and thereafter it would be set up within the incoming shipments. And from there, when the admin receives the product, he can set up the quantity that he has received, whether a partial shipment is there or a full shipment is there. So that's how it basically works for the confirmation. Now let me show you the email for the same. So this is an example of the mail that the supplier will receive on his email, and he can then respond back to the admin regarding the quote, and can make the comments only using their emails. And this is the purchase order comment notification, and whenever a comment is made by the admin and the option to notify the seller is also checked by the admin, then the supplier will receive this particular email, and then the supplier can contact the admin manually through the email itself. All right, and after the confirmation I've already shown you. So this is the notify supplier email option that I said, your comment, and then you can tap that for the same. So this is the incoming shipment basically. That was about this quotation section where we have our quotation. So for example, we have this one is an automatic. Let me tap here in the view. So this is the confirm quotation for confirming the quotation and creating a purchase order for the same. And so that was the manual part. Now what up with the automatic procurement, right? So when an automatic procurement is selected, then the quote would be created on the basis of the priority of the suppliers added to a particular product. As I've shown you, we added 3 suppliers there to a particular product. Now depending upon the basically depending upon the priority of the supplier, the automatic procurement would be started. And for the same, I'll just show you. I'll just go to the all products once again, and here basically the admin can from the pricing tab, the admin can set the price of the product and can decide the what we say as the the procurement method for the product itself. So in the manual case also, we had shown you here, we have the suppliers, multiple suppliers depending upon their priority. This is 2, this is 3. Depending upon the priority, automatic quotations will be sent out. Now this one is the prices section, so he'll be setting up the cost of the product, and from this procurement method section, you can choose a manual. I've already shown you how the manual works. You can set it as automatic as per your own requirement, and then you can update this particular product so that the automatic procurement works for this. And whenever the selected automatic, so if you have basically selected the automatic for this product, then the draft quotations are basically prepared for the low stock products as per the configuration by the admin. And rest the manual, you know that if it has been chosen as a manual one, then all of the purchase orders would be prepared manually by the web store owner himself. So that was much about the purchase order plugin for the WooCommerce platform based web stores, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the flow of the same. You can check the user guide, the live demo and the store demo as well for a much better understanding as well. And if you still have any questions, queries, suggestions or requirements, then do kindly get back to us at support@webkul.com, or you can raise the ticket at webkul.uvidis.com. Apart from that, you can also contact us through www.webkul.com/contacts. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video and have a great day ahead.